Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe football show. We reacted to the fixtures this morning, and we're going to have three separate videos run out today. The first one, of course, is going to be reacting to the news that Kalvin Phillips looks set for a move to Manchester City. Now, in order for me to release them other two videos on two exciting, amazing prospects that we're linked to, I want to get this video up to 1,000 likes. As soon as we hit 1,000 likes, I will release the second video, then the third, okay? So do me a solid, like the video, and I will get them released out to you. So smash a like, subscribe, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. So yesterday, we found out that betting was suspended. We did that on the midweek fix. It broke as we were live, saying that betting was suspended by Betfair, I believe, and the Fernandinho replacement looks set to have been found. It's not going to be young player Romeo Lavia, who we will speak about a little bit later on. Just make sure we get to 1,000 likes, remember that. And it looks set to be, of course, Kalvin Phillips. It does look, however, that we may have a stay of execution. And the reason I say that is because exclusive Manchester City are looking to submit their opening bid for Brighton left-back Marc Cucurella. So it looks like they're going to start moving with that one before they come for Kalvin. But it is just that. It is just a stay of execution. Kalvin Phillips will make his move to Manchester City. It's gutting, but it looks like it's Stevie Wonder tactics. It looks like it's signed, sealed, delivered. He's theirs. There is no offer yet, of course. They haven't started to make that move, but all signs point to Kalvin being a Manchester City player. They have the firm intention of landing him in this window. It is understood that there has been little contact between the two parties since the season ended. In that 3-week period, there has been little contact between both clubs, but a bid is definitely coming. We know that Kalvin Phillips is changing agents. That could well be why, there is a little bit of a hold-up. I know Kev Sharp, who's currently his agent, who will be losing him by the sound of it. We spoke about that many weeks ago, has been liking tweets on Twitter as well, linking Kalvin to City. So it looks like it's a goer. City are ready to do the deal. And I think Leeds themselves are preparing for his exit. And I think they're almost happy. Not happy to lose him, but in terms of the fee that they'll be able to command, and we'll speak about that in a second, and other options that are out there at a cut down price or less, or maybe loans even, that they'll see this as good business. And we are following a certain model, and losing your best players at times in terms of where we are as a club will happen. And another key aspect as well is the fact that Kalvin's new agency will be the same agency that engineered the move for Jack Grealish from Aston Villa to Manchester City. So I think that's a key point as well. And they'll be looking to secure Kalvin as a player in their agency, with the prospect of maybe making that move to City, him trebling his wages, etc., etc. It was posted to the reporter of the article on Twitter that it sounds almost like the Leeds board very open to cashing in on the £60 million player. This player that put it to the journalist said it all seems very orchestrated with the press and the way it's being conveyed. His head's being turned. It's the Premier League champions, Champions League, treble your wages, playing under Guardiola, etc. And it's quite interesting that the journalist replied and says, look, it's an attractive move for sure. And I think your reading of the situation is correct. Like, as though the club are sort of, putting it out there and happy for this move to happen. And it is an attractive prospect. But, I've spoke about this many a times, it's Manchester City, it's Premier League champions, it's Champions League football, it's treble your wages, it's playing with Haaland, it's playing with Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Dias, Rodri, Ederson, arguably the best players in their position in world football. He will fit into that City setup like a hand does in a glove. It's seamless for him. He's worked under a hard taskmaster in Bielsa, and a lot of what Bielsa expects in terms of weight and training ethic just fits perfectly for Pep. And that's why I think City are dead set on securing him as well. And let's not forget, he does turn 27 in December. And you can argue it's a fairly short window with which he has to secure a big move. I liken it to the Kane situation in that Kane's opportunity now to move at a big club is gone for me. It was City. They've missed out on Kane. You could argue it was the best for both parties, for Tottenham and for City, maybe not for Harry, but now they've got Haaland. If Kalvin wasn't to make this move now, maybe, a year down the line, Romeo Lavia's ready to come in from the youth setup and deputise for Rodri. Maybe they go for a Bellingham, maybe they go for a Rice, and maybe that ship sails. So Kalvin has to take all that into consideration as well, and I'm sure he will do that. And from a Leeds United perspective as well, will he be ever worth more money than he is now? I know we'll talk about the fee, and people will want and demand more, but we have to be realistic with the figures that are being put out there. But from a Leeds United perspective, a year down the line, if he doesn't sign the contract, will he be worth what he's worth? He is 27. Another year and he's 28. He's getting to the twilight or the peak years of his career. And in terms of his position, like the price that players go for in that area, it's not astronomical amount. So Leeds United have to buy at the right time and also sell at the right time. You could argue as well, in terms of stylistically, Kalvin will suit the City model more than he does currently at Leeds. We know how much was put on his shoulders under Bielsa and the way he works in front of that, back four. It's different now under Marsch. He didn't look great under Marsch. I said that on numerous occasions, and I think we're all, if we take off the Leeds rose-tinted glasses, of course we don't want to lose him, but would also agree with that he hasn't looked the best in this new regime. So in terms of selling at the right time, it could well be that. Look, City apparently visualise closing this agreement at between 45 to 50 million pounds. I don't want anything less than 50. 45, I'd be fuming. 40, I'm fuming. It has to be 50 as a starting point. There is confidence in Manchester that Phillips will push to take the opportunity. I don't see Phillips any case putting in a transfer request or, kicking and screaming that some players might do. He's not that kind of guy. But what I have to remember is as well that when Villa and West Ham made approaches for him in January, the figure that was touted about was around £50 million and Leeds rejected that. So please do not tell me in the summer when you can claim more, that we are going to be accepting 45 million. I don't think we're going to get 60, 70 as some, may envisage that he's worth. And that's up for debate, but I think £50 million and upwards is a good starting point. 50 million with add-ons, perhaps. We can't be accepting 45 million. I don't think that's good business, and I'd be fuming. The mad thing is, I don't know if it's just because it's a round number. If we got 49, I'm fuming. If we get 50, I'm sort of accepting of it. I know it's only a difference of $1 million. I mean, what's $1 million? $1 million's a lot for me and thee, but Rafinha and Phillips are at that peak time in terms of value. I thought Rafinha would be the one to go first and foremost. It looks like it's going to be Kalvin. We have to remember as well, like, this could look a whole lot worse. Had we have dropped down to the Championship, Phillips and Rafinha would probably go for a combined amount of 45 to 50 million pounds. So we're lucky in the fact that we stayed up. Jesse Marsch kept us up. He hit his remit. We can now command top fees for our players. Anything over 50 million for Kalvin is good. 50, 60, I don't think you're getting anywhere close to 70. I'm just trying to be realistic. People would disagree with me. I know JT on the midweek fix, called Kalvin a generational talent, and we should be getting 70 plus. But, I have to look at that and say, no, look, anything 50 and above is great business. And then we have to look at replacing him. Matt Rocker will be signed and done by Friday, I'm hopeful. If not, it'll be early next week. That is to play alongside Kalvin. Looks like we're losing Kalvin. We then need to replace him. And look, get this video up to 1,000 likes and we'll talk about that potential replacement or maybe an extra addition to bolster our midfield. And there is a link there. There is a link there between Manchester City and Leeds United, that seamless transition, that make way, if you like, one that could help us secure the acquisition of this player over other clubs that are interested in him. So listen, it's exciting times. Of course, disappointed to lose Kalvin, but I do think come next season, we will have a Premier League squad. And I know that's hard to contend with the fact that you're taking someone out. And I do read all your comments, and I've seen some people say, lose Kalvin and Rafinha were going down, etc. I'm not quite on that. I don't agree with that. I think, by losing certain players, we could find ourselves where we have a much stronger all-round Premier League squad rather than a few great individuals and then, little bits and bats making up the rest of it. Look, I don't want to lose Kalvin. I don't want to lose Rafinha, but we have to be realistic and understand that when City come calling, you're probably going to go. And he goes with my love. You know what I mean? I love Kalvin Phillips. He's on the back of my boy's shirt, If I still put names on the back of my shirt, he would be on it. I love him. But, a time comes where he has to move on. He's playing in the UEFA European Championship final. He's a mainstay in the England side. The champions are coming calling. He hasn't gone to Manchester United. He's not going to Chelsea. It goes with my blessing to Manchester City. Gutted, but listen, if we can get anything, 50 million and above, it's happy, and then we move, right? We move. So listen, that's it for your Kalvin update. Please do like this video. Remember, 1,000 likes and I will release the next video. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.